Greetings, beginner students. Master Grogan here. Hope you're having a fantastic day. So we're going to talk about today for our curriculum, and as a reminder, on your training log sheet, and those that came last night, you've tracked what you've got. That's great. Those that weren't able to, no big deal. I'm going to cover the entire green tip curriculum, and you can write that down. I want you to work on this at least 2 more times this week alone for your curriculum to have that down so you can test for your tip stripe and get that next stripe. So that's your training log sheet, and we're focusing this month on the green tip. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to go through and do the 10th cup requirements and the 9th cup requirements. 10th cup are white belts, 9th cup are yellow belts. And I'm going to go through the entire curriculum for the beginners class. And I want you to work on that, like I said, at least 2 more times in order to be prepared. Now, 10th cup students, I want you to work on your material and then also challenge yourself and work on the 9th cup material. And 9th cups, I want you to definitely work on your material, but go back and do a review of the 10th cup material just to make sure we've got that refined extremely well. So the first thing we've got on our training log sheet here is 5 push-ups and 5 sit-ups. So just a reminder, we do our push-ups. We're here, our back is straight, and we go down and we count in Korean. Hana, dual, set, neck, dasso. 5 good push-ups with our back straight. Not laying our belly on the floor, not having our tail in the air. Good, solid push-ups. Now, just because the curriculum says 5, it's not gonna hurt you to do a couple sets of those 5. So we'll do it again. Hana, dual, set, neck, dasso. Good. And the next is 5 sit-ups. Now, we do spear sit-ups. So remember, no hands behind the neck here because I don't want you pulling and compromising your neck. And be honest, a lot of times when kids do this, they're not getting much of an ab workout, they're just getting more of a neck pull. So we do what's called spear sit-ups. We put our hands just like this, like spears, and we set up and go right to our toes. So it'd be hana, dual, set, net, and that's it. And just like we did with the push-ups there, we did 5, that's the requirements. It's not gonna kill us to do 5 more. So maybe take a short breath and then knock out 5 more. Hana, dual, set, net, and that's it. Good. And from there, go and stand up. And our next thing on the training log sheet is our guard stance and then palm strike. So I'm gonna put the curriculum in here. Our guard stance, just a reminder, is one leg slightly back. They don't have to be together and they don't have to be like this. Just one leg is slightly back and our hands are up. Now remember, our arms aren't out here like Frankenstein, and they're definitely not back here like T-Rex, because T-Rex can't do much. Frankenstein, you're too stiff and rigid. So the elbows are bent just a little bit, but your arms are out. That's our guard stance. And of course, with our guard stance or anything we do, we have what kind of eyes? Tiger eyes. What kind of voice? Lion voice. And just like you hear me talking now, I'm not whispering and I'm not real quiet. I'm using my bold, confident voice. And if we ever have to defend ourselves, there's a big difference. Even if we're in our guard stance, but we're standing like this, that's not a lot of confidence. Tiger eyes, looking with intensity, and our ferocious lion voice. Don't touch me, stop right there. Or of course, our loud kia. Now our palm strike, and as a reminder with our palm strike, it's not like we're playing patty cake with our fingers. We're hitting with what's called the palm heel. That's this area. So if we have our fingers apart, we put them together, you hear that? That's the palm heel. Now I'm not clapping, I'm smacking with the palm heel. And I'll have Austin come out in just a minute here and he'll help me with that, with the palm strike. Next we have our X block defense. And as our X block is just like it sounds. We go from our guard position, our hands are up, and we make an X, just like that. Now, here's the thing with the X. If it's down here, just remember, anything you're this close, T-Rex, you're not gonna be able to defend. And our X block's not here where we can't see, or up above our head, it's right here. Therefore, our head is covered, and we turn either side, we've got it defended. So our X block, and work on that here, boom. And I suggest, always suggest, moms and dads, if you're helping your kiddos with this, film them so they can see themselves doing it. Because they're gonna swear they're doing something different, and you're gonna tell them, get your arms out, and they're gonna say, well, they are. Take a picture of it, film it. Picture and video does not lie. So there's our X block, boom. Our next part of the X block, and this is more for the senior kids, is moving out of the way against an attack. Now, I always like to visualize, and I'll have Austin help me with this in just a sec, that the attack is coming, and if I'm on the tracks and the attack is coming, or if I'm a bullfighter, I'm not standing here in the way, I move out of the way. So with my X blocks, I just simply move out of the way. Move out of the way. Now, we kind of start off here, if you will, slow and steady. We get up to the orange belt class, we go a little bit faster, the green belt class a little bit faster in order to continue moving forward. Let's see what else I may have missed. Oh, the wrist grab and the arm grab defense. So with the wrist grab, just like it sounds, somebody's grabbed your wrist. And once again, I have Austin help me demonstrate in just a minute here. They grab the wrist. I like to say the motion you're doing is combing the hair. So you're bringing it up, you're combing the hair, and you're going against with the fingers, not the thumb. The arm grab defense, it's like somebody's grabbed your arm. You'll pull away. And with those, we have our combos, attacks off of that. So they grab, it's up, palm strike, aya! Palm strike, aya! On the knee. And then the arm grab, getting out of it, aya! Palm strike, aya! Knee. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna have Austin come here and help me. It's because one thing doing it in the air, but then it's a whole nother thing working with a partner. So parents, this is where you may need to give the kiddos a hand. Have them spend plenty of time doing this, I call it in the air, without a partner, and videotape them so they can see exactly what they're doing there. So to go with, bow first to show proper respect. Good. So our hands are here in the guard stance, and what this does is it provides a barrier to keep him away from me. So it's a barrier. And of course the X block, that's a solid defense. That's when I say it's hard to penetrate. One hand, it's pretty easy. But you got both of them helping and support each other. That's pretty doggone solid. So what we do, and he's got the noodle here. Something we have the kiddos do is to get out of the way of the attack. And like I said, if I just stood here and he went to poke me in the belly, obviously I'm getting poked in the belly. Now, the noodle's beautiful for the younger kids. They know if they've been hit, but obviously it's not gonna hurt too badly. If you don't have a pool noodle at home, you could use a paper towel roll, or you can just use your hand and step up and try and push or shove them. But it shows them something visible to see to get out of the way. So it's like if he was walking forward toward me, I've got my hands up and he's walking toward me, boom. I'm teaching myself to move out of the way, get off the tracks. Now I could go either way. Hey man, calm down. Boom, I'm out of the way off the tracks. Maybe the other way. Hey man, calm down. Boom, I'm out of the way off the tracks there. So, and this will lead also to when they get more advanced, where instead of just kind of going for the belly, we get with them to be comfortable. It's actually for the face, and it's a fist, because when they get in the higher rank classes, we don't use the pool noodle anymore. It's not like we sock each other in the nose, but we give them something live to look at. So here like this, I'm saying, hey man, calm down, go ahead. The X block, I'm able to deflect it right off the side there, just like that. So even if he goes right for my nose, boom, see how it deflects off. And that's the whole idea of the X block and the angle of that. I always encourage, even though you've got the X block up, boom, you still turn out of the way. It puts themselves in better position for the strikes that they're gonna work on later. Speaking of the strikes, we'll get to the palm strike in just a second. Go ahead and put that down, please. Thank you, sir. The wrist grab, as I talked about. So he grabs my wrist. Now I want you to notice, 1, 2, 3, 4 fingers and 1 thumb. We always envision in our mind that the attacker is bigger, meaner, stronger, faster, and much uglier. I say the uglier part because even if they forget everything else, the bigger, meaner, stronger, faster, they're probably gonna remember their uglier one. It's gonna make them remember, oh yeah, I gotta do this to the best of my abilities. And I say that because if I see Austin that I'm stronger and bigger than he is, then I'm not gonna put forth my very best when I go to do it. So maybe he's got a grip and I've practiced, just against somebody smaller, and I go to, I can't get out of this. Oh my gosh, this is how we practice, how we perform. So we practice regardless who's grabbing our wrist, that person's bigger, meaner, stronger, faster, and uglier. So I'm practicing, you pull that thing out. Now notice what I did here. Hang on real tight, buddy. I didn't try and pull back, because if he's stronger and he pulls back, I just go for a ride. Here, I actually step in and bring the arm straight up, because I'm going against his thumb and not his fingers, okay? So on that, the counters from that, after I pull out of this, I'm going right into a strike. Aya! Strike with the first hand, palm, palm, aya! Strike with the second hand. Now, I want the kids to walk through this to get it right, because oftentimes this is what I see. A bunch of slop. Okay, we want to make sure each attack is effective, and we train ourselves by going slow at first, so the targets and the strikes are in the proper area. Now the arm grab, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna go with this arm so I can face you here, but I want to think about, there's a barrier there. I can't get through the barrier because his arm is there. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna turn in and pull this way. Once again, going into the open side, not the closed side. So he grabs, I pull out, same thing, with the techniques. And once again, watch your kids so they're not just playing patty cake and slapping around. We want the strikes to be effective. Speaking of effective strikes, we're gonna get out the hand target. Now, some of you have a hand target at home, that's great. Some don't, no big deal. You can actually use a pillow, or from all the boxes that we all get in from Amazon, you could use one of those boxes and have them break through the box. That's pretty cool too. So with the palm strike, I'm not, once again, hitting with my hands or my fingers, palm heel. I'm driving through with a palm heel, okay? And we're going for target areas. Don't have it up here for your kids because they're just gonna slap with their hand. Have it down here where they can effectively go for it. And essentially, what we try and do, and you know this from coming to class, we're not encouraging kids to go out and hit anybody. Matter of fact, that's the absolute last thing we want. We want them to have the courage and confidence to believe in themselves so they never have to get in a physical confrontation. However, if a stranger or a big bully on the playground puts their hands on your child, they need to be able to defend themselves and physically defend themselves. And the best thing that we've come up with, this is through, I've been martial arts 40 years now, teaching for 32 years, is a good old-fashioned open hand palm strike. Not a fist, but an actual palm strike. And we're going for what's called the solar plexus, which is the stomach area. So holding it right here is a good spot, and you're hammering that thing. And of course, not just one hand, make sure you get good practice with both hands. And especially for our beginners class, because that's something, even the Tigers, we have them work on both hands. Now, beginners, you're gonna have one hand that's just like one leg, maybe it kicks better than the other, but I also want you to work both arms and both legs to make sure you're balanced, baby. You got both hands and legs working together. So, did I cover everything, honest? I think I did. So, for the beginner's rank, you will also be doing a breaking technique, okay? For your first, going up to the yellow belt. So the 10th cup's going to yellow belt, you'll be breaking a board. Yellow belts, of course, going to orange belts, you'll be breaking a board. And the recommended break that we have for this rank is that palm strike, okay? Driving through the board. So make sure we're practicing on that. Like I said, even if you don't have a hand target at home, you can work on hitting the pillow, or those Amazon boxes are great. Or we sell the rebreakable boards. Oscar, you got a rebreakable board and show? So for this rank, this is the rebreakable board we use. It's a yellow belt, and the beautiful thing about this is it's padded, it's soft, they still have to do it right, and it works on accuracy, because of course the seam in the middle is the most accurate target, and if they ever had to defend themselves, they want to hit accurately. So watch this. Even if I hit kind of hard up here, come here, up here at the top, it's not going to break. And one, that was a very good technique, but I'm just showing they're pretty dense. You got to hit it right in the middle in a good strike. We always talk about don't go to the board, go through the board. You know, the good old palm strike, you're popping right through it. Good stuff. All right, well, there you go, beginners. There is your lesson. That's your curriculum. And I covered every bit of it on the curriculum. All the 10th cup requirements, all the 9th cup requirements for your green tip stripe. So I want you working on this at least 2 more times this week. And then remember to tune in every day, Monday through Saturday, because I'm going to film a little 10 to 15 minute training video for you to work out at home. Now, these training videos are going to be universal for all ranks, so there are going to be some challenging stuff in there, but I want you to accept that challenge, to have that courage and confidence to overcome. Well, there you go, beginners. Rock it out. Parents, post some videos and pictures of your kiddos, and post them on our members page, or if you just want to post them on your page, and then tag us. We'd love to see them. And of course, if we can help in any other way, you let us know. Have a blessed day, everybody. See you soon.